Oh, Andy,
Yes.
You got a leak.
Yeah. Well, I'm not wearing the bowler because I'm giving it a bit of squad rotation with my hats. So it had a bit too much stage time. So
is it a Carling Cup match? Is it Carling Cup match?
This is a Carling Cup match. Yeah. So I'm bringing in one of my my third kit.
Yeah. I've put this on. I've put the headwear on because on the last episode, I noticed too often the thinning on my hair, the hair thinning.
Yeah, it looks beautiful, brother.
Yeah.
But Tobes, no one thinks they look good on camera. Like no one thinks they look good.
No, but that's the problem. The first 4 episodes, I thought I look damn good, and then my voice took over on the 5th episode, and that's it.
Your voice did take over. It was amazing. What happened?
So there's a course you can do on. I think it's on YouTube. You might be able to get it on Open University as well. Adding gravitas in online audio.
Is that when you,
the lecturer.
It was done by a couple of famous lecturers. I think it had a couple of guest lectures from people like Martin Sheen, Morgan Freeman,
Bobby Davro,
James Earl Jones, obviously.
Toby Anstis was on it. Obviously, he was involved.
The referee from Gladiators.
Yeah. John Anderson, he was on it. Yeah.
All of them, and they just kind of help you because of so much.
Will Carling, former England rugby player, he was on it. Obviously, he was doing he did Gethsemane by Rudyard Kipling. Beautiful, haunting.
I've been stockpiling Easter eggs. We could do this again later. This is my favourite Easter egg. Look at that. Look at that.
Wow.
Look at that.
Wow. That's crazy. It's magic.
You're doing puppetry with your stuffed animals in a...
No, I'm not doing puppetry, no. I don't know what you mean by that. Lockdown does things for a man, that's all I can say.
Yeah. How did Sooty start? Maybe there was a lockdown in the 60s that we didn't know about, that we didn't hear about. No one talks about it. Maybe that's what it's going to be like next year. So we're just going to pretend that this year never happened.
My life is basically Some Mothers Do Have Them fan fiction.
Have you got like a load of PPE just behind you? Those eggs, they look like they've got real big plastic shields around them. Are they doubling up as face masks once you've eaten them? Or maybe before you've eaten them? Or while you're eating them?
I've been having a row, so I've got, you see these,
Yeah.
I'm really cross that it's 2020 and Easter eggs are still in tinfoil. It is such a battle to get into, like, I'll demonstrate. I'm just going to open this really quickly now. I'm genuinely trying to open, there we go, I did it, there you go.
Yeah.
They look really small. They look like tiny eggs. But then I remember you're quite tall.
I'm really big.
Yeah.
This is a bucket that I repurposed.
Yeah. What would you say is the best version of Gulliver's Travels?
The one in the Michael Jackson video, Leave Me Alone.
No, that's not correct.
Jack Black.
No, wrong.
Jack Black, good one. Yeah, Jack Black's.
No.
What?
No.
What's the best one then?
It's the 1996 Ted Danson version. You can watch the whole thing on YouTube. And
Ted Danson.
Ted Danson.
Yeah, he did another of the guest lectures on Gravitas. Yeah.
If it's all available on YouTube to watch,
for free. Like YouTube is a streaming service.
Oh, okay.
And a lot of the videos are there for free. You can watch what you want. The news from the 1980s, if you want to, documentaries on whether the SAS were involved in different crimes. You can watch this podcast and some other stuff as well. So it's got quite a lot on it.
Is it popular?
YouTube.
Up and coming.
Yeah,
it's up and coming. It's no BBC One, but
Is anyone leading this today?
Toby. A lot of the stuff we've said so far, just having little Robbie Morgan in my corner makes me come alive.
Yeah.
He laughs all the time, so I'm like, come on, let's have it, come on.
So let's. All right, enough preamble, everyone. This is comedy. No, Robert, stop it. Stop it with your giggling away in the background. We didn't invite you for that, though it does really help, and we feel very much alive.
The laugh. I'm not even going to be in this. You're just going to crop the laugh and put it at the end.
This is the Comedy Driven Life podcast. Welcome. You see that? Hear that gravitas? You hear it? Beautiful. We've got with us today Andy Kind.
Oh yes, hello. I'm in my third kit tonight. I dressed up for Fred Armisen, but he's not here anymore, and I'm in my third kit.
Nice to see you, Andy.
It's a sort of repurposed Robin Hood. You know, if they remade Robin Hood again, and he was like just on a council estate, I'd be in the running.
Yeah, you'd be in the running.
It'd be me and Dean Gaffney going head to head for that role.
We've got Tandy Houghton.
Hello. Well done. You said my name right. That's the first.
6 months it's taken me. 6 months. Got Dandy.
Tandy Corley, all here.
All rise.
And special guest.
Yeah.
Oh, he's gone full pelt for the prison view as well. Look at that. Yeah. Orange is the new tack. We have special guest today, Robbie Morgan. Make a noise, Robbie.
Hello. I'm on 4G. I hope it's working.
Beautifully.
Yeah.
I think I'm on 90%. So
Great to have you with us.
Andy, can you do an impression of Rob for when he has to leave? Because this is going to be titled like, you know, the one with Rob Morgan, so he needs to kind of
No,
manage it.
I can't do an impression of Rob Morgan. No, I respect him too much for that.
Oh, thank you.
There's something ineffable about Rob Morgan.
There's no F's in your name. I think is that what it means?
Yeah. Well, go through it. R B M R R gun. Nowhere. I was so honoured today. There is a woman in our church, and I won't name her.
Good.
She sent me a message today saying, "Parsimonious?" ? And I said, "What about it?" And she said, "I'm doing a crossword, and you're the cleverest person I know." So bless you. I said, "Bless you, send." That's very kind of you to say, send. Parsimonious means this. Obviously, in the time it was taking her to read the previous messages, I'd Googled what parsimonious meant. So I came across as proper clever.
Yeah.
Shall we guess what it means?
You can.
I think it's a spell in Harry Potter.
Okay. Option A, spelling Harry Potter. Option B,
being a chav.
Being a chav. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Hey Rob, 2001 has called and it wants its jibes back.
I think it's when you name your child Ammonius and then you show your new baby to your grandma and she says parsimonious.
Yeah.
That is what it is, 100%.
Yeah.
No one else gets to have a go because that would be pointless.
Option 3, grandma passing Ammonius around. Which one was it, Andy?
Obviously none of them. They were all moronic. No.
And she was doing the crossword in Beano?
I don't know. It won't have been the Times because I don't think we get that in my part of the world.
No, it doesn't get sold above Watford, I don't think. Maybe
no, it doesn't. No. It was parsimonious means to be stingy with money, basically, to be mean, tight-fisted, Scrooge type of.
Kind of
you didn't
chav.
take this?
Yeah,
like a chav. Like a chav.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So option B.
Yeah, sweet.
Yeah. So you didn't take that as some kind of insult that she thought you'd know what it meant because that's part of your description on IMDb.
Yes. Hey, I've got a question. It doesn't. You don't have to answer it now.
Thank you.
What is something about yourself that the other 4 people would be surprised to learn?
Ooh. You sure this is the place for that?
Not like a crime that you've committed.
Oh, okay.
Like,
Okay,
So-
Dan.
Excluding crimes.
turns out I'm actually Mr. Glass from Unbreakable, and I'm the guy who blew up all those trains that Bruce Willis was trying to solve.
Well,
They called me Mr. Glass. Can't do the accent. Although that was a better impression than Toby's Gollum impression from the other day.
I wasn't doing a Gollum impression. I was Gollum's assistant.
Right.
Wasn't it great? Do you remember when Fred was here?
Yeah.
Oh, that was
Yeah.
great.
That's great.
Very good.
What a guy.
Hmm.
Nice guy.
Do you remember when Rob was here? Oh no, he's still here. Sorry.
Oh, he's still here. Yeah,
Yeah.
Still there, guys. Still there.
yeah. I can hear literally every word you're saying.
Yeah.
On a gallery. I've got a gallery of you guys.
I went clubbing in Magaluf at the age of 21. I did. And I went to the Dave Pearce live Dance Anthems event, and I got Dave Pearce to sign my T-shirt, and I smoked a cigarette.
We said no crimes, Andy.
There was a wall in the side of my room, and I'd go through that, and I'd turn up at there's like a big town, and because I was massive, like a giant, I'd wander through, and then I would pick up. Police would have like 4 or 5 people in the cell, and I would pick them up. I would carry them back through the door into my room. I'd go through to the bathroom. I'd run a bath. I'd make them watch. And I can't remember if I used to make them strip or not, but it was just for their humiliation. And then I'd throw them all in the bath. A lot of them couldn't swim. It just wasn't a thing for them in where they lived. And I'd humiliate them. I'd shout things at them like, "Do you see what you've done? This is because of you," and stuff like that. Then I'd get them all out after like an hour, take them back to the village, and I'd hand them back to the police. And that was just my job for about a year.
And how did you feel Ted Danson did in acting that out in that 1996 TV series?
I don't think he was cruel enough, if
Right.
I'm honest.
He said he enjoyed playing you very much. But really, you were playing him.
And I'm actually in that cell now.
I was like, what cell? What's he talking about?
The jail you were literally just talking about in your
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I've remembered now.
What's the question, sorry? Oh, what surprises? What surprises people?
None of us know. A surprising thing that none of us know.
Yeah, something about you that would surprise the other 4.
I only scored 1 goal for my whole under-18 football career for Perry Street.
Oh, bless
Wow.
you.
Were you the goalie?
I was the
Striker. 38 games. Yeah.
It's not even surprising, it's just sad.
It's similar. We look at you and think, what a happy life he's had.
Yeah.
What
I
an
also
achievement.
think, what great curtain hair he has.
Yeah.
It's great.
Great hair, mate.
Oh, you like my curtains?
Yeah,
I love you.
Yeah. That's the sort of hair I had.
1990s
When,
call.
Beckham. This is Beckham pre-Real Madrid.
yeah. That's
The
the sort of-
1990s called and want their jives and their haircuts back.
yeah. That's the sort of hair I had when I first sat down to watch Ted Danson absolutely nail the role of Gulliver.
What's it? The Happy Place.
The good
Yeah.
player. Yeah, yeah.
Actually, I mean, if we're going to talk about living, he's proper living, because you've seen the end, right? You've seen.
No.
No, that's for the end.
All right. Well,
No.
spoiler alert. I thought it was okay.
I think it's
First
fine.
series.
Just text me afterwards, Toby.
I'll text you as to why that makes him so much more alive.
What's the single best, and not retrospectively, but at the time, as you've experienced it live, what is the best TV series you've ever watched? Yeah, it doesn't have to be comedy, but yeah, obviously.
The
I can
Office.
see, yeah, you
The
go for
Office.
The Office, yeah.
The American or the English one?
Oh, the British one. But I'll have a
My
Prison
favourite-
Break.
Season 1 and 2, or 1, 2, and 3 of The West Wing were really good.
Mm.
Were really good.
The West Wing is up there with the best TV shows ever.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
I think if I was going to give, I've got two answers. One answer is Prison Break.
Mm.
Oh,
That's
tell me
good.
more.
So, first thing is, Dan, do you have any super intelligent brothers? Yeah. Do you have? No.
No, I don't.
Anyway, that TV show, I think it was full of hope because you knew exactly what was going to happen at the end of the series. So no matter what went wrong throughout the episodes, you knew at the end of the
What
series.
made that TV show was the guy that could have been Gary Oldman playing it, the character. Do you know who I mean?
I haven't.
You think, oh, that should have been Gary Oldman, but equally
Bad
he
guy.
was really good.
Bad-
Yeah, the bad guy. Yeah,
God.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I think what let Prison Break down was all of the following series
Mm.
because it wasn't then about Prison Break anymore. Because they
Yeah, I see what you mean. It still held. I think it held up. Like I think it was okay to the end. It didn't like completely fall on its face. I thought it was okay.
should have been Prison Broke. Like the next series should have been at least
Prison
Broke.
Broken.
my favourite's Walking Dead. I love Walking Dead, and I watched the spin-off as well. And I don't think I've ever enjoyed anything more in my whole life. Like whenever it ends, I just want it to keep going. And like,
Is it scary?
when I first started watching it, I had to have someone accompany me to brush my teeth at night. But then you kind of get used to it, and then you're more interested in like the characters and the story between the characters. But I like the way they've treated their actors. They haven't made their actors do anything particularly humiliating, and it's just gripping story. I love the characters. It's just really good.
The first season of 24, when that came out, like that was just unbelievable. Or the 97, 98 run of Match of the Day. That was, I mean, the character development, the way they grew Trevor Brooking throughout that season. You know, the Jermaine Gina subplot. That was
So
epic.
So nuanced.
I mean, I cried at the end. I don't know if you like. And obviously, they came back with the 98, 99 season, which was still good, but you know, they had to write in Man United winning the treble because I think they knew there weren't any kind of big characters, so they just had to go for like a blockbuster ending.
I think if they'd have carried on with that season and the kind of writing that was done, that was kind of committed to that particular season, I'd have probably been still into, you know, Match of the Day now, but I just kind of lost it. I think I got too involved in FIFA 97, the tournament between Kuala Lumpur and Nicaragua, and that kind of engulfed me in its own special way.
24 got me through working at Holland and Barrett. If it wasn't for 24, I think I wouldn't have been able to work there. It was too boring. So I used to pretend that I was a secret agent, and I'd go and cut all the oatmeal open in the back, and had the ringtones on my phone. So anytime someone texted me, it'd go,
Yeah.
Oh, who didn't do that? Who didn't do that?
I still got it on my phone.
have you?
Yeah.
Prove it.
No, you prove it.
I'll text you. Oh no, that's my phone, isn't it? Never mind.
But my mum and I used to watch it together, and then right at the end of a conversation, there'd be like a twist, like, oh, by the way, there's no chocolate milkshake, and then we pretend to have a shoot off or something like that, because that was the beauty of it. Like, you didn't really know in 24 when you got to the scene, would there be any chocolate milkshake, or was someone going to die, or was someone working for the Germans? But it was always like they had to stop it in the end. They did too many seasons because in the end they ran out of evil nations, didn't they? Because they had
I think it was a mixture.
Iran, Iraq, the Germans, North Korea. Like
Mexico.
They were only a couple of seasons away from like the Swiss being like the major villains.
How many times, like I think was it season 4? I think it was the first proper TV show that I'd actually binge watched. That I just got the DVD box set and just sat through 3-4 seasons. I was at uni at the time, so I didn't need to do anything, intelligent. So I just sat through, watched that. I think it was season 4 was the season that that Jack Bauer died 3 times. I think he had his heart stopped, something else happened, and he still managed to do a full-on swivel neck break maneuver in a stadium at the end. And you just you can't kill the main character 3 times and then bring him back for a further 4 more series.
No, that's right.
Lost was good at the beginning, wasn't it? Do you remember that? Everyone was completely
Best
freaked out how good that show was, and then everyone got lost in it.
I just gave up. Just this isn't ever going to make sense. So I'll just live with that mystery for the rest of my life.
Because you get to the end and you hear about how it ended, and you think, I made a good call there to stop at the start of season 2, because even people who've watched every episode have no idea what's just happened.
Exactly. And
but basically they died, hadn't they? They were dead.
Well, you just throw out there the biggest spoiler of the lot. I'm living there with the mystery and just going, we're all...
You were never going to go back and sit there and watch it. When would you ever have ample amounts of time where you could just
live with the mystery? There are certain mysteries you don't want solved.
Rewatch things every day. It would take you forever. It would take you a really long time, at least 3 months anyway. So
I just wanted to live. You've ruined... You know what? I thought 2020 was ruined.
It was purgatory.
It was what everyone thought it might be, but we didn't want it to be what we guessed it would be. We wanted it to be something more clever.
Yes, and it wasn't.
It wasn't.
I'm just wondering, and Andy, with all the this you can cut this if you like, Tandy. Absolutely no problem. But
also this bit in now. What I'm saying.
Leave that bit in.
Tandy, this bit made it.
Leave this bit in. This bit right now, leave it in. Yeah.
Tandy, have I made
actually cut that?
Is this bit made it? Have I made the cut, Tandy? This bit is it. So, has that bit made it?
Keep it in. You keep this bit in. Keep it
Tandy,
in.
what about this?
What I was going to ask Andy was because of all the PPE requirements that might be coming through soon. When you're playing Red Dead Redemption, are you constantly wearing the?
Can't believe you brought it up. Why are you asking him questions about it, Toby?
Well, actually, Tobes, Tandy, you'll be happy to hear that I've actually finished it now. So I've finished it. So
will it let you have the finish now?
Yes, it will let me have the finish. Yeah.
Wow! Did you finish it after talking to Fred? Did he encourage you? I felt very encouraged.
But now I've started reading books now. I started reading a book. I'm moments away from starting a jigsaw. This is what my life has become.
It'll be soup next.
Shall I ask my questions?
Yeah, go on, Tandy.
Okay.
Let's have a question from Tandy.
Okay. If you could play a prank on someone from history, but then they would be allowed to prank your mum in the future, who would it be and why?
Well, yeah, it wouldn't be someone like vicious, would it? Because if you're kind of like cling filming Idi Amin's toilet, and you know that it's his move, and your mum is in his sights, it's lose-lose, isn't it? So it would probably be someone like Groucho Marx for me. I'll go for Groucho Marx, or one of the great vaudevillian,
He'd take it well. He certainly would. He loves a good prank.
Yeah. One of those musical ones, where's my washboard? That sort of thing would be that.
Someone from history. You're really testing my knowledge of history. I'm just going to Dostoevsky.
Yeah.
What would you do? Stink bomb.
Like hit him with some atheist memes or something, because like he was a really good Christian writer, one of the best Christian writers of all time.
I think
He'd
what I'd
hate an
do
atheist meme.
is I'd just kind of I'd either neg or do some kind of sarcastic comments about some of his Christian spiels that go through his books. That'd be like, oh well, this guy's clearly into this kind of thing. Why doesn't he have more atheist characters spieling their side of the story, that kind of thing?
Yeah.
But you then might change history for the worse. That's not a prank. That's
No,
sabotage.
well, I'm just wondering. I think like long-term prank on I'm trying to think of the long-term prank on my mum. Really, I'm going for that.
You're not.
I'm going for the long-term.
You're not pranking your mum by using someone in history. That's
but
not
if that's going to be the consequence, I need to think about that.
Yeah.
I'm big picture, which means I'm pranking my mum's literary knowledge.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch
but
it.
You're not the one supposed to be playing the prank on your mum. I don't think you've understood the question. Dan?
I think Jesus. I think because even if it was a rubbish prank, he would still laugh because he's really nice. And if he did a prank on my mum, it would end up being really lovely in the end.
Like too much wine.
Coming though.
Yeah. Or he'd make all of her bread and fish disappear, but then he'd bring it all back afterwards.
Yeah.
That's a magic trick. That's not a prank.
Yeah, not if you're really looking for bread and suddenly it's all gone. That's a prank.
Yeah, like 5 hours. That's a prank, isn't it? But if you did it immediately, that's just a magic trick.
Yeah.
What
the bread and all the fish in all the world have gone for 5 hours.
Yeah.
None.
He could take it out of the toaster while it's in the toaster. Mum could put it in the toaster. He'd sneak in, take it out. Toaster pops up. Where's the toast? It's gone. Ta-da! Toast.
I still think that's a magic trick, not a prank.
Especially because he said ta-da.
Show us your
a wand or a hat.
Show us your tattoos.
Love. And hats.
Very good.
I love Mum. I've got it's my favourite champagne.
Ug life.
Noughts and crosses.
They're all noughts.
There's only me in here.
I'd probably get a drone and then fly it over Isaac Newton's head, but make the drone like an apple, like paint it red, and then just get him a bit paranoid.
After he's already announced to the world.
Like 5 minutes after that apple fell on his head, while he's still under the tree, and I'll just fly it right up, and he'd be like, "Oh, I thought I had something there."
What is your favourite television programme when you are lying?
Oh, that's a good one. I would say The West Wing.
Game of Thrones. I've never seen that.
Yeah, good call.
Yeah, good call.
Yeah.
Good call.
I did watch 4 seasons of The West Wing, but a lot of my kind of activist friends were like, "So you must, if you don't watch this, I will literally slit your throat." That's how passionate, like real West Wing hardcore fans are like that, aren't they? Like, thanks for letting me come around for tea and you make the best pulled pork in Western Europe. Let me recommend a TV series, The West Wing. And you're like, okay, well, that's interesting. And like, no. If you don't watch it, I will petrol bomb your house. And and then we'll see whether you like it or not.
I genuinely would.
Yeah.
I genuinely.
I
would come all the way up to Chesterfield. I'd walk even 2 meters distance from everyone, all the way up to Chesterfield,
What petrol do you use for a petrol bomb? Is it unleaded or diesel? What do you use?
Premium unleaded.
Premium unleaded, yeah.
Yeah. Don't cheap out. Don't cheap out. Go.
Yeah, go.
You want a good. You need a good You don't want to go. Diesel. That's a mess. A lot of a lot of kind of extra stuff that you don't. Premium. It's clean. It's got a good that good bang.
And of course, if you're walking, fill up the can at the start of the journey, and you'll have exactly the same amount when you get there. Because it's not. If you're not driving, you'll keep exactly the amount of petrol.
Yeah.
So I might even have more. Like if I'm thirsty, I might do a bit of siphoning on the way.
Yeah, exactly. Like the guy at the end of Quantum of Solace.
If it's a certain type of bomb, if it's like an unleaded bomb and you put diesel in it, it just doesn't start up. Does it? Does it not?
Right. You
have to call the bomb disposable.
Yeah. You walk halfway down the road and then you just stop.
Yeah.
Do you think Zoom has technology to pick up words like bomb and diesel and I will come and get you and that kind of thing? Do you think we're now on a big screen in some like headquarters in MI5 and they're like,
but they're loving it. They are absolutely loving it.
They've gone. Hang on a minute. Someone's just said Uglife. Uglife. Right. Code red.
What I don't understand about, when people like, I know people that have watched The West Wing and then become like lawyers or wanted to go into politics because of it. I don't understand that at all. Why don't you just want to become an actor?
What happens on the East Wing? Is that just admin stuff?
Yeah.
Is that where the rose is? Like the leads keep falling from the rose in the case, and like if the last one falls, then the president will never become a normal man again.
Yeah,
that's right. Imagine working in the actual East Wing of the White House when that show premiered. And like, your mates are like, hey, you work in the White House, is it about you? No. No, it's not.
No.
I do like.
No, I work in a different part. I mean, they'll probably get to us. Yeah, they'll get to us. I'm sure they'll get to us at some point.
And the film crew come round and they just do like stock shots of like it's just them typing. And like, do you think we'll be on it? Do you think we'll be on it tonight?
Yeah.
Toby, which show have you lied about watching?
What have I? I just like the idea of the president. That the main reason why it's a 2-term thing is because it's 2 terms, and if nobody in the White House after 2 terms says that they love the president, then that's it.
Yeah.
Like some of them only did 1 term because someone said "I love you," and then they stopped being the president and became a normal person.
Yeah.
They've basically got 2 terms for someone to say.
Yeah.
So actually, it's not as good as. Anyway,
I like that bit where the Taliban broke into the White House and the crockery revolted and like took them on, and the oven came to life, like trapped him in the kitchen.
Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah, that's exactly what we're describing.
Yeah, you got there. Nice.
Like, I'm loving this. What is the TV series that you would love to tell people you like, but you can't because you're embarrassed? So the opposite question.
The Hills. It's like an MTV show. Love it.
The Muppet Babies cartoon from the late 80s. I still watch it on YouTube sometimes before I go to sleep.
Dan and I have been rewatching Fraggle Rock.
Oh, Fraggle Rock, yeah. When they killed off a couple of the main characters at the end of the 2nd season of Fraggle Rock, I think that, they didn't need to have that car crash, did they? That was cynical, really.
I'm gonna ask you a question actually, which is what 1 season TV show are you pleased that you've seen or something? There's a better way.
Haven't we done that already?
No, there was a couple of others. There was that thing, but there's like some TV shows that have only run for one season that really shouldn't have, but are groundbreaking.
Oh,
Yeah.
what's that lying one with Tim Roth?
It's called Please Do a Lie.
It's
More
still-
lies.
I think I don't know. I'll keep thinking about it. I think there's been too many series of the news. Like the news really needs to be.
They keep dragging it. Yeah, keep dragging that thing.
Yeah, I mean, like bringing in new characters, weird plot
Believe it.
lines. They've got this thing about a global pandemic now. But yeah, come up with some fresh ideas, guys.
Just drop
Like,
it.
Just drop it. It's basically last of the summer wine. I mean, like the news was on when my parents were small.
Yeah. So many clangers as well. Like you can see all the production staff behind them. They don't even
Yeah.
get out of shot.
Yeah, you can see the writers in the
You can see the
background.
writers' room.
Yeah.
Paul Carenza asked me to do some radio with him once, but I didn't realise he was going to ask me to read the news, like, or read news stories and that, which is it's not my thing at all. And I was so nervous. I was like going on the radio. So embarrassing. But have you noticed, like, with what's going on right now, a lot of people are not able to go out and do their reports. So they have got a lot of, like, people that you've never seen on the news, like breathing really weirdly and trying to get their words
I
out.
need to do the online course about getting gravitas.
They do.
Can I? I've just realised the show that I lie about, that I say that I like and I've seen, is The Sopranos.
Yes, okay.
Yeah.
I've done that. That's such a good call.
Yeah.
Because it's cool to have seen The Sopranos. Isn't
Cool
it?
to have seen it, never have.
Oh, another one. The Wire.
I knew you were going to say it.
Yeah.
I knew you were going to say it.
Yeah, they're all coming out now.
I knew
Come
he
on,
was
come
going
on.
to say that. I knew he was going to say it.
Yeah, best one series shows would be the Stephen King's The Stand. I like that. That was just one series, and Garth Marenghi's Dark Place. That was great.
Yes, that's the one. That's the one.
And then obviously, I don't know why this didn't come up first. The One Show.
Yes.
How many things do not belong in your possession?
Yeah, I've got a couple of left glasses from my local German restaurant, shall we say? Won't name it. Yeah,
You're
a
in
couple of,
Chesterfield, so
a
it's
cou-
the
yeah.
only one.
No, I've got a massive beer stein from the local German bar and restaurant in Chesterfield. So, no comment.
Toby?
Well, I used to steal a lot.
You? You?
Yeah, when I was in primary school, I was very covetous of a lot of things. I stole a kind of portable one-armed bandit once, stuck it in my duffel coat pocket, pretended that a child had given it to me, another child had gifted it to me when my mum found it. Had to take it back the next day. Yeah, that's enough of that period of my life, I think.
I can't really answer until after the court hearing.
Okay. Well,
What stuff that I've stolen in any time of my life?
yeah, you don't have to have stolen it. It just might have ended up in your possession.
Are they your own teeth?
No, they're not. Yeah, this is Darren's. He lent me it. Yeah. I've probably got some PlayStation games that I borrowed off my mate Paul Sturton and never gave them back.
What do you
Yeah.
want to say to Paul now?
Hey Paul, if you're watching, I've got your PlayStation games. Sucker!
Yeah.
You forgot about it, idiot. I got 'em. And I could play them if I wanted to, but I'm not because it's not set up. And I've got the laptop playing there. But, you know. Bum.
Truly heartfelt message there from Rob Morgan.
And I bet you're so bored because it's you're in the lockdown and you got nothing to play. You just read books.
Yeah. This is the original PlayStation we're talking about, by the way, isn't it? This is like the original. Yeah. Oh, you were 97% on Crash Bandicoot, and you always will be.
Oh, Port, their final boss. You ain't gonna beat him because you ain't gonna have a chance.
In this one, Dr. Robotnik wins. Sonic.
Something about Metal Gear Solid.
Yes, that's it, Tommy.
Okay.
That's more I love these questions. These questions are brilliant, Tandles. Keep
Yeah.
going.
Do you want another question?
Yay! And then I want an ice cream.
Okay. Which would you rather? 2 tiny hands that protrude out of the top of your head.
That one.
Wait.
Or £1 million.
No. 2 tiny hands that protrude out of the top of your head and only wave at people you truly like. Or the face of your mum tattooed on your arm, and she comes to life if you do something that makes her proud, and then she goes back to being a tattoo again.
Oh yeah, second one, definitely. Yeah. It's not even close.
I'm just thinking, like, the mum though could come out at awkward times. Like if you make her proud, but like in a public setting or something, and she comes out, that'd be a bit annoying.
Yeah, like what if it depends, like what her sensibilities are, like what's her parameters for pride? Is it like crazy golf, like not even winning crazy golf,
3 pints.
Yeah. Like not even winning crazy golf, but just like showing up.
Taking part. Yeah.
And she makes such a big fuss. She doesn't do like a little quiet, subtle one. It's a real big fuss, and like everybody's just like, "What is that?"
It's just Careless Whisper by George Michael. Every time every time you turn up for mini golf. So hey, so are we gonna have it's the staff outing this weekend? Oh yeah, what are we doing? Oh, we thought we'd go for mini golf. Oh no, no, I probably won't. I probably won't go. Well, we're all going, Andy. We're all going there. Like it's the staff outing.
Yeah,
you're the team leader. Yeah, I know. I just I don't want to do that. No, it's just
bowling. Can we do bowling instead?
Yeah, we do bowling.
But I need the
you hit 3 pins down and she comes out. What's that? Is that George Michael? No, it's nothing. Shut up, Mum. Mum, get out.
Trying to open up a stiff jar, and she pops out. Oh, well done I'm so proud of you for trying.
Yeah.
Then she comes out fully and opens it for you, and then.
I was going to get a girl out, and she just comes out.
Yeah. But you know the quality of the girl based on whether she comes out or not.
You have to wait.
Yeah.
You have to wait like 10. Sorry, don't go yet. Can I just wait? Let's just wait 10 seconds. Watch this.
Give her a chance.
This is the most surreal thing ever.
And then nothing happens, but you get home and you take the wheelie bin.
But you get your brother-in-law comes out on your leg.
Yeah. He's like, "Who let the dogs out?"
Shut up, John. Shut up.
Like 3 a.m. You're just taking the wheelie bins out. Who let the dogs out? And then your uncle's doing Susudio by Phil Collins, and like they're kind of singing over one another, and like you don't know why you've got tattoos of living family members all over your body, but you just have.
Oh Lord. Oh man. Wow.
I think personally I'd go for the hands.
Yeah.
Rob, what have you been up to this week? Anything else?
Just what I've been up to. I got a swing ball today.
A swimming pool?
No, swing ball. That's it. That's in the garden. That's
less
set
good.
up, ready to go.
That is less good than a swimming pool. I'm just going to put it out there.
Well, it depends how you use it, isn't it? But
Yeah. Is that something that your mum and dad ordered in like '97 and it's only just arrived? Like, well, he's asked for a swing ball.
Yeah, I haven't got Amazon Prime, so I had to kind of
And you
Pretty
finally
planned.
got a delivery date just before lockdown, and then that got extended.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been I got off using new as well. It's second hand.
Wow.
Solutions as it had already. Like, what's the how many miles has it done?
I think 1,000 revolutions to the ball. I think that's what.
Yeah, that's pretty
what
good.
Yeah,
It's all right.
that's not bad.
It'll get me from A to B.
I had someone push in front of me in a supermarket today. An old lady pushed in front of me in a queue to get into the supermarket. Everyone, and I wasn't the last person in the queue. There's a big long line on one side of some tape, and we were on slightly the wrong side of the tape. But that was, you couldn't cross over the tape to get to the right place. And this lady came in and pushed in and said, "You're on the wrong side of the tape, so I'm going in front of you," which I was surprised about. But I wasn't in a hurry, so I let her go. But then I did make sure, very slightly slightly petty of me, that when we were going around the supermarket and she was going the wrong way down the aisles, because all of the aisles have got arrows on, I did make sure to tell her that she was going the wrong way down the aisle.
They've got a one-way system in a lot of the shops now, haven't they? And you can't go back. No going back.
No. And she did have to go around, which made me feel a little bit better today. I was like, well, you want to play by the rules? You play by all the rules, not half the rules.
That's lovely humility and forgiveness.
The one-way system is a nightmare, though, because as you pointed out, if you forget something, that's it for another week. I haven't had potato croquettes in nearly a month. What am I supposed to have with my chicken Kiev? Just like peas, just chicken Kiev and peas.
You start improvising, don't you? You can't go back to the to the potato croquettes, so you end up improvising with Pringles or something, because that's the aisle you're in.
I don't like crisps.
What?
I want my potato croquettes.
Who doesn't like crisps?
I don't really like crisps. They're like supermodel potatoes, aren't they? But hey, look at me, I'm so slim. I don't mind a fuller figure. I like my potatoes as God made them.
I don't like potatoes, so there.
What?
You know?
What?
Take them or leave them.
Do you like chips?
Love chips.
Crisps.
Oh, I flipping love chips!
I don't like potato salad. Get that away from me, potato salad. Hate that stuff. It's bad enough that you've served me a boiled potato. Now you want me to eat it cold. No, thank you. With a lemon dressing. Just give me the lemon dressing. I'll just drink lemonade. That'd be better.
Oh, I'd love some lemonade right about now.
Yeah.
We've got loads of lemonade. I think Dan bought about 3 or 4 bottles of lemonade today.
Yeah.
What? Is that because you were in the one-way system and you forgot something?
You forgot the Chablis 94 and you ended up in the lemonade aisle, so you had to...
Yeah. I've got the potato croquettes and thought, well, I'll make do with lemonade.
Yeah.
I once got in the way of an old man in Sainsbury's, and he got really annoyed with me. You know, those people that just they can't stand it. And I was like, oh, sorry. And but he was like, ugh. So I followed him round the whole shop, saying, I'm really sorry because it's really upset you. I can see in your face that you're quite upset about it. And I would never have thought this morning when I woke up that I was going to go out and I was going to upset an elderly gentleman, and you're really upset. So I'm really sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I was just looking at the Valentine's Day stuff, and I fancied a bit of chocolate, but I followed him round saying sorry so much that in the end he just turned around and went, all right.
That's essentially the story of the persistent widow, isn't it? Just
Hmm.
keep asking, and eventually you get exactly what you want, which is an old man shout at you.
Now we've got the angle of everybody together in the same shot. It means that I have to edit everything to make it look like we're all interested when we're telling stories. So that story I will have to keep on my face the whole time, and it will be a bit boring because we won't be doing other cuts, but because Andy looks like he's looking at his phone, and
That is my phone there.
There's an ethereal light. He was writing a story. Another
Yes.
haiku,
A
perhaps.
haiku.
whereas
Yes.
before when we first started, you know, when someone else was highlighted in green, we could just be like, oh yeah, they can do what they like, you know.
Yeah.
Remember,
Down.
we're all
Tomorrow,
on now.
I need some individual shots of people going,
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah, I ordered something on Prime today, and it's actually coming tomorrow. I was shocked.
Things are changing.
I know. It's all easing up.
I was watching something on
Netflix.
No, I finished Netflix.
On Amazon Prime.
No, I think it was ITV, something or other, and the video came up, and it was an advert. It was a Tesco advert of you might have seen it, you might not have done. It's of all the different families, so nan, mum, or brother, sister, another someone, all on video conference, all cooking their own lamb, roasting their own lamb for Sunday lunch. You've seen that? Now, as far as I understand it, each one of those serves probably 6 to 8 people. So what they're doing there is they've got a normal family that would normally eat together of 5, and each one of those people is roasting 6 to 8 people, serving roast lamb joints. And they called it a food love story. I think I'm gonna write to them to say no, that's a food waste story.
Yeah.
There's a couple of men our age in it that I thought, that's fair enough for those guys, but
Yeah.
old gran,
Yeah.
and as far as
The
I'm,
dog?
She'll have 2 slices maximum.
Yeah.
And probably accidentally smear one with horseradish, even though there shouldn't be any there because it's lamb. Should be apple sauce. It should be mint
sauce.
But she's put some horseradish on because she thought it was like bread sauce because she's mad. And I said, oh, what's that? I thought that was bread sauce. No, it's horseradish. It says, but on the side of it, horseradish. Oh no! Oh, has someone got some water? Oh, I thought that's far too hot for me. Oh.
There's the family member that would have roasted the whole thing and said, "Oh, are you having something?" Go, "Oh no, thanks."
there's a Roald Dahl story about murder, isn't there, with a lamb, a joint of lamb leg joint, isn't there? You know that one?
No.
Yeah, they I think they smack someone around the head with the lamb joint, and then the police come to investigate, and the policemen's like really certain that they're the killer, and they get really excited that they're going to prove that they killed the person, and then they convince the policeman to sit down and have dinner with them at the end because it smells really nice, that what they're cooking in the oven, and the policeman ends up eating the evidence with the killer. Yeah.
Wow.
No one read that.
No.
I've got to go and do 45 minutes on my exercise bike before bedtime.
Is someone checking up on you?
Well, yeah, the law, like the Grim Reaper. Is,
Yeah.
any day now, any day now.
You'd put your hood up again. You'd make a good Grim Reaper in that. If you got rid of the fluorescent green toggle.
No, that's modern day Grim Reaper has got the fluorescent. We just no. Actually, this is a lot easier.
Yeah.
Would you come with me, please? We can do this the hard way or the easy way. It is time.
It's just time. You love that.
Easy way, please.
Yeah. Yeah. Either way, you're dead. Just
Yeah.
to let you know in advance. Like,
I've got no fight in me. We'll just go, shall we?
yeah.
I wonder where the Grim Reaper comes from. The original idea of him.
Rob, do you know?
It's a Roald Dahl story.
Yeah. They wanted Ted Danson to play him in '96, but he was already taken up with another role. Lemuel Gulliver.
Well done, everyone, for staying at home. If you're staying at home, it's very difficult. But we're all in the same position.
Do you think the government ordered all of their PPE via Amazon? Do you think that's why it didn't arrive on Sunday? It arrived today.
They'd set the Prime Day wrong. That's what they'd done.
Yeah.
Nobody was in when they tried to deliver it. They left it with a neighbour. They left it with.
Yeah.
Or did they put it in the bins?
With Booper.
Put it in the bins, and it was bin day.
Yeah.
They had to retrieve it quickly.
Yeah.
Thanks for being here, Rob. Thanks for your
No worries.
presence.
Yeah.
Thanks
Nice.
for using up all your 4G.
And
No.
you can come again. This isn't.
You might have to. Who knows?
I'll turn up dressed as the Grim Reaper. It's time. Would you come with me, please? Okay, bye then, guys.
Cool.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Take care of yourselves.
Bye, bye.
Stay healthy.